So today we are going to have a look at a new chapter which is called Introduction to Method 3.5.1. Okay, so let's have a look at the end of this lesson. You should be able to explain the meaning and the use of methods. Secondly, you should be able to explain types of methods, which is consist of standard library and user defined. And lastly, you should be able to explain the general structure of a user-defined method, which is method name, type, and parameters. Okay, so let's have a look at the contents. So we have 5 contents, which is very little. Okay, the first one is what is method, which consists of the definition and use of methods. The second one, advantages of method. The third one, which is types of methods. The fourth one is standard library, which is the first type of method. And the last one, number 5, user defined method, which is the second type of method. Alright, let's continue to the first content. What is method? Okay, so what is methods? Methods are a collection of statements that are grouped together to perform an operation. So methods are bound to a class, okay, and they define the behavior of a class. Okay, so this is an example of code. Okay, I'm sure that you have coded a program to print out hello world, right? So this is a method. Okay, this is also a method. Okay, so this method is called main method. Okay, next is advantages of methods. All right, so there are 2 advantages of methods. The first one is code reusability. Okay, so code reusability meaning that one method can be used multiple times over and over again. Okay, so meaning that you can write a method once and use it multiple times, so you do not have to rewrite the entire code every time. Okay, think of it as write once, reuse multiple times. Okay, so the second advantages of method is that it makes our code readable and easier to debug. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, what does debug means? So debug means we can identify and remove errors. So meaning that we can easily look at the method codes and identify the error instead of going through line by lines of codes, which is easier. Okay, so for example, get salary information method. So is so readable that we can know what this method will be doing than actually reading the lines of code that make this method. Okay, now we have come to the third content of the lesson, which is types of methods. Alright, so there are 2 types of method. The first one is standard library method, and the second one is user defined method. Now let's have a look at the first type of methods, which is standard library method. Okay, what is standard library method? So standard library method are built-in methods. Okay, built-in methods maksudnya dah sedia ada in Java that are readily available for use. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Okay, this line of code, public class hello world, public static void main string args, okay, system.out.println hello world. Okay, so this line of code, okay, the one in the box, okay, that one main method are built-in methods. All right, so it's already available in Java to use. Okay, and this is also a method, so that method print line, okay, prints the string inside the quotation marks. Okay, so that method is defined in Java IO print stream. Okay, the second type of methods, which is user defined method. Okay, now let's have a look. So what is user defined method? So user defined method is a method that defined by the programmer. Okay, that means that you can create your own method just like print method just now. Okay, so how do we do that? Macam mana kita nak create new method, our own method? Okay, so before you can call a method, you need to define it based on general structure of methods, which is containing, which is containing return type, method type, method name, and parameters. So like this, public int, add two values, int A, int B, curly braces, int result equals to A plus B, return result, close curly braces. So this code, this method means what? What does this mean? This means that this method takes two parameters, takes two integer and add those two integer, add those two integer and return the result. Okay, so let's have a look which one is the return type, which one is the method name, and which one is the parameters. So the first one, return type. Return type is the first one lah, public int. So return type meaning that return data type. So whatever data type, you can put a double, a string, a float, or integer like this. Okay, so whatever return type that you written here, for example like this int, the return type here, the return type here, return result, the result must be in the same data type. Okay, so that is return type. The second one is method name. So the method name is this one lah. Add two values. Okay, you can put any names, you can put anything. Okay, but make sure the name define the methods well, so that we don't have to look at the codes and check what does this method do. Okay, so we don't want that. Right, so make sure when you write the method name, it define what the method do. Okay, right. This last one is parameters. So which one is the parameters? This one. Okay, so the parameters, you can put as many as you want. You can put a string, you can put a integer, you can put double, you can put char, boolean, and as many as you want. Okay, so as long as you declare it first, meaning that you include the data type, also the variables, like this one, int A, int B. So if you want to put string, string A, string B. Okay, so this is just the general structure of methods, and there are other ways of doing methods, such as methods with no return type or method with no parameters. Okay, and all of that methods you will learn and discover more in the next lesson. All right, so that is all for today's lesson. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, thank you.